From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Torrential rain, flooding, and washouts have cut off all the major routes between British Columbia's lower mainland and the interior in a situation that rivals the catastrophic floods of 2021.
The series of atmospheric rivers over southern BC prompted numerous highway closures, evacuation orders, and alerts. A local state of emergency has been declared in Abbotsford, where flooding 4 years ago swamped farms and killed livestock. The Nooksack River in Washington state has burst its banks again, and the water is moving north. But Emergency Management Minister Kelly Green says they are prepared.
We definitely had a lot of lessons learned from 2021, and we've made a number of improvements.
Flood warnings, watches, or advisories have been posted for many rivers along southern and coastal BC. Terry Theodore, The Canadian Press.
The minister in charge of Canada-U.S. trade says he has no reason to believe the Trump administration is preparing to tear up the free trade agreement with Canada and Mexico, a deal that's up for renewal next year. Dominic LeBlanc said the Mexicans have a similar read of the situation, that the U.S. will review the CUSMA deal rather than rip it up. The House of Commons could rise as early as today for the winter break, without the Liberals passing their lengthy budget implementation bill.
The House calendar officially has MPs in their seats until Friday, but they could agree to break for Christmas before the end of the day. It was the first full session of Parliament since Prime Minister Mark Carney took office in the spring, after which MPs passed legislation to make it easier to get major projects built in the country and remove inter-provincial trade barriers. Rob Westgate, The Canadian Press.
The Canada Revenue Agency is looking to hire or rehire about 1,700 call center workers over the next few months to manage an influx of calls during the upcoming tax season. An assistant commissioner at the CRA says the agency is aiming to reach a total of 4,500 agents to handle a very high forecast in demand. U.S. President Donald Trump says the U.S. has seized a large oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela as tensions mount with the government of President Nicolas Maduro. Meanwhile, Venezuelan opposition leader Marina Corina Machado appeared in public for the first time in 11 months after a daring escape from her homeland. She emerged today from a hotel balcony in Norway's capital and waved to an emotional crowd of supporters cheering for the new Nobel laureate. Her appearance in Oslo came hours after her daughter accepted the Nobel Peace Prize award on her behalf. Machado was recognized after mounting the most serious peaceful challenge in years to the authoritarian government of Venezuela's president.
I am very hopeful Venezuela will be free, and we will turn a country into a beacon of hope and opportunity of democracy.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, 6 Canadian teams will hit the ice as part of tonight's 13-game slate in the NHL. They'll include Toronto hosting San Jose, Montreal playing in Pittsburgh, and Edmonton playing host to Detroit. Calgary lost for the first time in 4 games last night, falling short of a late comeback in a 4-3 defeat to Detroit. The United States thumped Canada 10-4 in Edmonton at last night's Women's Hockey Rivalry Series game. The Canadian national team gave up 10 goals to the Americans for the first time ever as the U.S. went up 3-0 in the 4-game series. Canada can get a little revenge in Edmonton again Saturday as the two nations meet for the last time before February's Olympics in Italy. And in football, the Atlanta Falcons will try to play spoiler tonight as they visit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The 4-9 Falcons have already been eliminated from playoff contention. The Bucs are tied atop the NFC South Division at 7-6. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.